To get drunk?
I'm old enough to buy. If I'm old enough to die, I'm old enough to buy.
Oh, okay.
So the hippies won, and they got to drink. Well, the military members won, and the hippies drank all the alcohol at 18.
Okay.
During the 80s, mothers, MAD came around. Mothers of drunk driving, people killing each other. They got the federal government to raise the limit to 21. And the reason why every state in the union has adhered to that law, or whatever it be, is because the federal government threatens to pull funding.
Wow. And you know, they get all this power because of the massive amount of taxing that they do.
And this
They're
was the
redistributing
opposite,
wealth.
right? And this was the opposite of what the founders of this country wanted. The small federal government serves us, the states, who serve us, the people.
Yeah, a lot of people do not know how this works, but it is diabolical. So what happens is the federal government taxes everybody in all 50 states, all the companies, all the individuals, whole bunch of stuff. All that stuff gets taxed. And so you got this massive amount of money that's going to the federal government, and then they take this money and redistribute it back to the states in the form of a payment for just being a state.
Right.
That gives them the leverage to tell the states exactly what they want them to do at all times, or else they threaten to do the pulling of that funding that they shouldn't have in the first place. The only reason they have it is because all the massive extra. If you have enough revenue from taxes that you can dump it by the truckload back onto all 50 states, this is a problem. And you're listening to smithradio.com. That's Smith with a Y. If you want to be a part of our show, dial 772-49-SMYTH. On Facebook, we're at facebook.com/smithradio. And we're also on Twitter. Our handle is at smithradio.com. We do this show every single Sunday at 5 p.m., so make sure you listen in live in order to be a part of the show. Or you can listen to us on demand at any time at smithradio.com or at iHeartRadio.
Yeah, if you type in iHeart.smithradio.com, it'll take you right there.
Awesome.
And we are currently in the middle of talking about Obama, the troll, and allowing trannies to do what trannies want. If you have a tranny in your car...
Hold on, does it have to be a tranny? That's my question. Does it have to be a tranny? Why couldn't a guy just say, gosh, you know what? I just feel like a woman today.
No, you don't. Yes, you do not have to be licensed as a tranny. No, you don't have to be a tranny. Okay. I just call them trannies because it's part of the article. And Obama said, if me, say I'm 15 years old, 16 years old, and I'm going to tell you, at 16 years old, you can't control your hormones. They're just out of control. It's insanity. So older guys, you know what I'm talking about. And even women, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so go back to 16 years old. As a boy, and this might be an awakening for you women out there. As a boy at 16, if I was allowed to say, hey, I feel like a girl right now.
You might do it. And you would go give high fives to your friends afterwards.
You know what? No, and let me tell you, here's what would have happened. At 16, I had friends. They weren't friends, but they claimed to be friends. That would dare me to do stuff.
Because you would.
And I would do it.
I knew how you were back in the day.
There is no doubt in my mind. And it wouldn't take much pressure.
No, because you were like looking for somebody to dare you to do something.
Well, and even as boys, as we walk by the girls' locker room, are you kidding me? You're not going to swivel your head a little bit to see?
Now imagine if you can go back in time knowing that the politics of the day would make it impossible for you to even get in trouble if you walked
no suspension,
in there.
No suspension, no nothing, no.
It would be a political firestorm for you to get suspended for going into the women's girls' restroom today.
Right. Okay, so now this whole thing is now fired back up again, and so who's back in the picture? Because the news is coming after him. Trump.
And so
here's what Trump said.
I can't wait to hear this.
The federal government should leave sexual regulations to the nation's K-12 bathrooms and locker rooms to the state and local governments. He also followed the same pro-federalism, and that's what we've been talking about this whole show.
Yeah, he's not a statist. Glenn Beck, you need to eat it. He spent the whole week telling everybody what kind of a statist Trump is.
What?
He's delusional. He's completely delusional, and so are all the people that agree with Glenn Beck. He is completely delusional. He is reporting on a fantasy land that does not exist. That is what you're getting when you listen to Glenn Beck, period.
Wow. And see, I don't even listen to him anymore, so I don't even know.
I only listen. I'm not kidding. I urge you to not listen to him. I think he should be boycotted. I think if you listen to Glenn Beck, you should have a paper in front of you and write down every single sponsor that advertises with him so that after the show's over, you can call all them up and say you are going to boycott their product because the man is a danger to America. And the reason he's a danger to America is because he's urging people to allow Hillary to win, the progressives to win, the communists to win, and to, what will they do? Put in Supreme Court justices that are going to overturn the Constitution.
They're saying at least 3 and maybe 5.
I mean, we know that because of Heller versus D.C., that they don't have to. Listen, it is literally just peer pressure that we adhere to the words of the Second Amendment. If they don't...
Because they use twisted logic to undo it.
They'll just say, we don't agree with the wording of this, and therefore it's overturned.
Right.
And the only reason that didn't happen is because we had 5 people.
5 to 4.
5 justices who had enough integrity to say, hey, guys, it is what it is. I mean, it's written the way it is. We got it.
So 5 to 4, Anthony Scalia dies.
Yeah.
Anthony Scalia dies.
Now it's 4 to 4.
And Obama wants to put in a Clinton anti-Second Amendment guy.
Right. And when we get 5 to 4 anti-Second Amendment, do not think that the words of the Second Amendment are going to save the Second Amendment.
No.
It's not.
No.
It's going to be the words of the Supreme Court. So Glenn Beck, therefore, for Glenn Beck to sit here and do the thing that's going to allow conservatism and constitutionalism and the Constitution to be abolished as we know it, is a threat to America. And so that's why and the only reason I listen to him is because it's an important part of my show prep. I could not say the rant that I just said if it weren't for me listening to him. I got to listen to him.
Right.
But he needs to be boycotted.
And I'm not saying the rant, and I didn't know. Breaking news to me. I knew he was a nut job.
Dude, he's a threat to America. And anybody that is going down the Glenn Beck road and sticking with this never Trump, Cruz crap, and third party crap, they are all a danger to America. But I put him at the top of the heap of danger to America because he has a lot of influence over these crazy people.
Right.
He has a lot of influence.
Drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, and he's been serving up Kool-Aid this past week, and I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me.
I didn't necessarily like him as much as I kind of liked Stu, and I kind of liked the interaction with all of them.
Stu has lost it.
But now
he's delusional.
Well, and what I don't know if it's nail in the coffin. I think it was already camel threaded eye needle broke back.
I would look Stu right in his eye in person and tell him that he's delusional.
Right. Okay, so back in the day, I just stopped it. But then when we talked about it, where they all took bowls of cereal, crunched up, and put it in their face.
Oh, that was the video. The Cheetos.
Yeah, the Cheetos to make it look more like Trump. Dude, you guys,
you're losing your mind.
You look like a bunch of lunatics.
Yeah, you're crazy. Like this isn't even funny.
No, then that's the point. It would not even be picked up by SNL.
Well, believe it or not,
SNL sucked.
Okay, so we know. Oh, we're going to talk about the Facebook debacle, the fake book,
the fake book.
Well, here's the segue into it.
Well, no, we can't segue yet to Facebook, fake book.
Well, the Cheetos on the face, that trended on YouTube. It was when you go to the trending topics, that little flame.
Yeah,
The video of them sticking their face in the Cheetos was on that list, and it's only about 50 videos.
Okay. So that's huge.
Well, no. That means that
That's
YouTube
bad.
is doing... And by the way...
YouTube was pushing it.
Of course. And we've always knew this. This whole... Are we allowed to segue into Facebook, or are we still on a topic?
I got to get this tranny off my mind.
All right, get the tranny out of here, and yeah, let's finish up the tranny, and we need to go to the face.
Okay. So 3 things happened this week. In one city this week, a man went into the girls' restroom and attempted to assault a girl. She ran out.
It was like an 8-year-old girl.
Right. And
choked her until she was unconscious.
Right. And the people held him in the bathroom, held the door closed till the cops showed up. Mm-hmm. So my point, once again, Democrats don't trust the people to do what the people do. We don't need no laws. People will do the right thing. You got to trust the people. That's one. Second one, this really creepy looking Hispanic guy out in California went into a bathroom, dressed like a woman, had bra, but he was an ugly dude. It looked like a dude. Went in the bathroom, put a hidden camera in the toilet.
What?
For 2 hours to videotape women, and one of the mothers that went in there saw the light flashing.
Well,
so she got him. He got arrested.
Yeah.
Okay. There's 2 things. Then they're popping up because this is a hot topic now. Now we got this dude. This is not a chick. It's a dude. Shakina Nafak.
What?
Nayfack. A transgender actress and activist preparing to embark on a traveling performance tour of North Carolina plans to take photos of herself urinating in all the wrong bathrooms to protest the state's recently passed law. Okay.
What do you mean by wrong? You mean illegal per North Carolina law?
Right.
Okay.
And I think North Carolina is stupid in making a law.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Now, look at that.
It looks like a woman
urinating in not urinating, actually sitting in a stand-up urinal.
Yes, sitting the wrong way in a
stand-up urinal.
But
however, that's not a woman.
But why, if it's not a woman, then why wouldn't he urinate like a man?
Because
did he get the chop a dick in?
No. He's doing this because he's a tranny and he says he's a woman. He didn't go through the full chopty, but he is in the wrong bathroom because he's a woman, or he's in the right bathroom because he's a woman. Okay.
Well, if it's a man, okay. First of all, let me describe this to your listeners. It looks like a woman,
big woman, like Amazon. You call her an Amazon, 6 foot tall woman.
That being said, if it is a man that is just dressed and looks like a woman, then
he's in the right bathroom according to law.
He's in the right bathroom according to law.
Correct.
So how do you feel about that? You just said you don't like North Carolina's law.
What? This tranny is trolling North Carolina.
But she's doing exactly what North Carolina says to do, because she was born a man.
Right.
So she's actually complying with the law.
But she could go in the women's. She's going to go in all the wrong
legally.
Bathrooms.
Not legally.
Well, she's going to do it and take selfies of herself.
But
himself.
In this picture,
well, and it's got HB2 crossed out on the wall. But in this picture, it is in the man's bathroom,
which is complying with
the law.
So she's not even protesting. she's complying with the law.
Right. But she's going to go in all the wrong bathrooms. This is just a picture of what she's doing now.
So she's going to go into the women's bathroom.
And start taking selfies of herself and posting them on the internet of her doing this in North Carolina.
So it only makes any sense if she says, "Oh, by the way, I'm a man."
Right. Well, she is already on the internet telling everybody she's a tranny.
Okay.
And she's a very famous.
I need to know
she's a famous tranny in that world as an actress.
So I need to know what it was born as.
A man.
So she's going to go into women's bathrooms,
Correct.
which is illegal in North Carolina.
Correct.
For her.
And she calls herself Manifest, Pussy, heads to North Carolina. That's what she calls herself, Manifest, Pussy.
Okay.
And so she's going to go to North Carolina and do all these. Okay, North Carolina, you're getting trolled. Obama,
Obama
is trolling you. Everybody, you all are getting trolled. Christians, Ignore this. You're getting trolled.
Yeah. Oh, the only one that's